Penélope Cruz Sanchez is a Spanish actress and model. Signed by an agent at the age of 15, she made her acting debut at 16 on television, and her feature film debut the following year in Jamon Jamon. Her subsequent roles in the 1990s and 2000s included Belle Époque, Open Your Eyes, The High-Low Country, The Girl of Your Dreams, and Woman on Top. Cruz achieved recognition for her lead roles in the 2001 films Vanilla Sky, All the Pretty Horses, Captain Corelli's Mandolin, and Blow. She has 3 Academy Award nominations, and 1 win.
She has since appeared in a wide variety of films, including the comedy Waking Up in Reno, the thriller Gothica, the Christmas film Noel, the action-adventure film Sahara and Pirates of the Caribbean, On Stranger Tides, the romantic comedy To Rome with Love, the crime drama The Counselor, and the mystery film Murder on the Orient Express. She was praised for her roles in Volvo and 9, receiving Golden Globe and Academy Award nominations for each. She won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress in 2008 for playing volatile painter Maria Elena in Woody Allen's Vicky Cristina Barcelona. She is the first Spanish actress to win an Academy Award, as well as the first Spanish actress to receive a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. In 2018, Cruz made her American television debut as Italian fashion designer Donatella Versace in the FX series The Assassination of Gianni Versace, American Crime Story, for which she was nominated for the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Limited Series or Movie.
Cruz has modeled for Mango, Ralph Lauren, Chanel, and L'Oreal, and along with her younger sister Monica Cruz, has designed clothing for Mango. Cruz has volunteered in Uganda and India, where she spent 1 week working with Mother Teresa. She donated her salary from the High-Low Country to help fund the late Young's mission.
Cruz was born in the town of Alcobendas, Madrid, Spain, to Encarna Sanchez, a hairdresser and personal manager, and Eduardo Cruz, a retailer and car mechanic. She has 2 siblings, Monica, also an actress, and Eduardo, a singer. She also has a paternal half-sister, Salma. She was raised as a Roman Catholic. Cruz grew up in Alcobendas and spent long hours at her grandmother's apartment. She says she had a happy childhood. Cruz remembers playing with some friends and being aware that I was acting as I was playing with them. I would think of a character and pretend to be someone else.
Initially, Cruz focused on dance, having studied classical ballet for 9 years at Spain's National Conservatory. She took 3 years of Spanish ballet training and 4 years of theater at Cristina Roda's school. She says that ballet instilled in her discipline that would be important in her future acting career. When she became a cinephile at 10 or 11, her father bought a Betamax machine, which was then a very rare thing to own in her neighborhood.
As a teenager, Cruz became interested in acting after seeing the film Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down, by Spanish director Pedro Almodovar. She did casting calls for an agent but was rejected multiple times because the agent felt that she was too young. Cruz commented on the experience, "I was very extroverted as a kid. I was studying when I was in high school at night, I was in ballet and I was doing castings. I looked for an agent and she sent me away 3 times because I was a little girl, but I kept coming back. I'm still with her after all these years." In 1989, at the age of 15, Cruz won an audition at a talent agency over more than 300 other girls. In 1999, Katrina Bayones, Cruz's agent, commented, "She was absolutely magic. It was obvious there was something very impressive about this kid. She was very green, but there was a presence. There was just something coming from within."
Her father, Eduardo, died at his home in Spain in 2015, aged 62, from a heart attack.
In 1989, 15-year-old Cruz made her acting debut in a music video for the Spanish pop group Mecano's song La Fuerza del Destino. Between 1990 and 1991, she hosted the Spanish TV channel Telecinco's talk show La Quinta Marcha, a program that was hosted by teenagers, aimed at a teenage audience. She also played in the Lit Louis episode of an erotic French TV series called Série Rose in 1991, where she appeared nude. In 1991, Cruz made her feature film debut as the lead female role in the comedy-drama art house film, Jammin', Jammin'. In the film, she portrayed Sylvia, a young woman who is expecting her first child with a man whose mother does not approve of the relationship and attempts to sabotage it by paying Javier Bardem's character to seduce her. People magazine noted that after Cruz appeared topless in the film, she became a major sex symbol. In an interview with the Los Angeles Daily News in 1999, Cruz commented that it was a great part, but I wasn't really ready for the nudity. But I have no regrets because I wanted to start working and it changed my life. Charlie Rose of 60 Minutes noted that Cruz became an overnight sensation as much for her nude scenes as for her talent. When Rose asked Cruz if she was concerned about how she would be perceived after her role in the film, Cruz replied, "I just knew I had to do the complete opposite."
Jamon received favorable reviews, with Chris Mix of the Deseret News describing Cruz's portrayal of Sylvia as enchanting. Writing for the Chicago Sun-Times, film critic Roger Ebert wrote it stars actors of considerable physical appeal, most particularly Penélope Cruz as Sylvia. For her performance, Cruz was nominated for a Spanish Actors Union Newcomer Award and a Goya Award for Best Actress. The same year she appeared in the Academy Award-winning Belle Époque as the Virginal Luz. People magazine noted that Cruz's role as Luz showed that she was versatile. From 1993 to 1996, Cruz appeared in 10 Spanish and Italian films. At 20, she went to live in New York for 2 years at Christopher and Greenwich to study ballet and English between films. She recalls learning English kind of late, previously knowing only the dialogue she had learned for the casting and the phrases "How are you?" and "Thank you."
Cruz's agent is Hilda Queeley, shared with Kate Blanchett and Kate Winslet. In 1997, Cruz appeared in the Spanish comedy film Love Can Seriously Damage Your Health. She portrays Diana, a fan of the Beatles band member John Lennon. She tries unsuccessfully to meet him. Years later, after many failed relationships, Diana reunites with an acquaintance under unusual circumstances. Also in 1997, she appeared in the opening scene of Pedro Almodovar's live Flesh as a prostitute who gives birth on a bus, and in 8H Many at Paradas as Dona Helena. Cruz's final appearance in 1997 was the Amenábar-directed Spanish sci-fi drama, Abre los ojos / Open Your Eyes. She plays Sofia, the love interest of Eduardo Noriega's lead character. Open Your Eyes received positive reviews, and was later remade by U.S. director Cameron Crowe as Vanilla Sky, but Open Your Eyes was not commercially successful. Kevin N. LaForest of the Montreal Film Journal commented in his September 2002 review that Cruz has been getting some really bad reviews for her recent American work, but I personally think that she's a more than decent actress, especially here, where she's charming, moving and always believable. There's one shot in particular, where Cruz enters a room in a greenish glow, which is right out of Hitchcock's Picture.
The following year, Cruz appeared in her first American film as Billy Crudup's Consolation Prize Mexican girlfriend in Stephen Frears' Western film, The High-Low Country. Cruz stated that she had difficulties understanding people speaking English while she was filming The High-Low Country. The film was critically and commercially unsuccessful. Kevin Lally of the Film Journal International commented in his review for the film that, in an ironic casting twist, the Spanish actress Penélope Cruz is much more appealing as Josefa. For her performance in the film, she was nominated for an ALMA Award for Best Actress. Also in 1998, Cruz appeared in Don Juan and The Girl of Your Dreams.
In the period drama The Girl of Your Dreams, Cruz portrayed Macarena Granada, a singer who is in an on- and off relationship with Antonio Resins' character, Blas. They are part of a Francois film troupe that travels from Spain during the Spanish Civil War to Nazi Germany for a joint production with UFA. Cruz's performance in the film was praised by film critics, with Jonathan Holloland of Variety magazine writing, "If confirmation is still needed that Cruz is an actress first and a pretty face second, then here it is." A writer for Film 4 commented that Cruz herself is the inevitable focus of the film, but noted that overall the film looks great. Cruz's role as Macarena has been viewed as her largest role to date. For her performance, Cruz received a Goya Award and Spanish Actors Union Award, and was nominated for a European Film Award. In 1999, Cruz worked with Almodovar again in All About My Mother, playing Sister Maria Rosa Sanz, a pregnant nun with AIDS. The film received favorable reviews, and was commercially successful, grossing over $67 million worldwide, although it performed better at the box office internationally than domestically.
In 2000, she appeared in Woman on Top in the lead female role as Isabel, a world-class chef who has suffered from motion sickness since birth, her first American lead role. Lisa Nesselson of Variety magazine praised the performances of both Cruz and her co-star, Harold Perrineau, saying they burst off the screen, and added that Cruz has a charming accent. BBC News film critic Jane Crowther said that Cruz is wonderfully ditzy as the innocent abroad, but remarked that it's Harold Perrineau Jr. as Monica who pockets the movie. And Lee Ellingson of Box Office magazine wrote, Cruz is stunning in the role, innocent and vulnerable yet possessing a mature grace and determined strength, all while sizzling with unchecked sensuality. Also in 2000, she played Alejandra Villarreal, who is Matt Damon's love interest in Billy Bob Thornton's film adaptation of the Western best-selling novel, All the Pretty Horses. Susan Stark of the Detroit News commented that in the film Thornton was able to guide Damon, Henry Thomas, and Cruz to their most impressive performances in a major movie yet. However, Bob Longigo of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution was less enthusiastic about Cruz's and Damon's performance, saying that their resulting on-screen chemistry would hardly warm a can of beans.
2001 marked a turning point year when Cruz starred in the feature films Vanilla Sky and Blow. In Vanilla Sky, Cameron Crowe's interpretation of Open Your Eyes, she played Sophia Serrano, the love interest of Tom Cruise's character. The film received mixed reviews but made $200 million worldwide. Her performance was well received by critics, with BBC film critic Brandon Graydon saying that Cruz is an enchanting screen presence, and Ethan Alt of the Film Journal International noting that Cruz and her co-star Cruz were able to generate some actual chemistry. Her next film was Blow, adapted from Bruce Porter's 1993 book Blow, How a Small Town Boy Made $100 Million with the meddling cocaine cartel and Lost It All. She had a supporting role as Mertha Jung, the wife of Johnny Depp's character. The film received mixed reviews, but made $80 million worldwide. Nina Wildorf of the Boston Phoenix described Cruz as multi-talented, and Mark Salvo of the Austin Chronicle wrote, I may be one of the last male holdouts to join the Cruz rules camp, but her tour de force performance here sucks you right in.
In 2001, she also appeared in Don't Tempt Me, playing Carmen Ramos. The film received negative reviews. Jeff Weiss of the Deseret News commented that, unfortunately, casting Cruz as a tough girl is a hilariously bad, and Michael Miller of The Village Voice writing that, as Satan's helper Carmen, Penelope Cruz doesn't hold a candle to her cocaine-huffing enabler and Blow. Cruz's last film in 2001 was Captain Corelli's Mandolin, film adaptation of the novel of the same name. She played Pelagia, who falls in love with another man while her fiancé is in battle during the Second World War. Captain Corelli's Mandolin was not well received by critics, but made $62 million worldwide. In 2002, she had a minor role in Waking Up in Reno. It had negative reviews and was a box office failure, making $267,000 worldwide. The following year, Cruz had a supporting role in the horror film Gothica, as Chloe Sava, a patient at a mental hospital. David Rooney of Variety wrote that Cruz adds a serviceably malevolent edge to Chol's apparent madness. Cruz's performance in Fan Fam Lotolipe, also in 2003, was not well received, Peter Bradshaw of The Guardian commenting that Cruz deserves a special Razzie for a performance of purest-tique.
In 2004, Cruz appeared in the Christmas film Noel as Nina, the girlfriend of Paul Walker's character, and as Mia in the romantic drama Head in the Clouds, set in the 1930s. Head in the Clouds performed poorly at the box office. For Head in the Clouds, Bruce Birkeland of Jam Canoe said, the story feels forced and the performance is dreary, with the notable exception of Cruz, who seems to be in a different film from the rest of the cast. Dyson Thompson of The Washington Post was more critical. His comment about the character's pronounced limp was that Cruz can't even perform without looking fake. She also starred in Sergio Castellitto's melodrama Don't Move. Cruz, who learned Italian for the role, won the David di Donatello for her performance. She was also awarded the European Film Award for Best Actress for the film in 2004. In 2005, Cruz appeared as Dr. Eva Rojas in the action-adventure Sahara. She earned $1.6 million for her supporting role. The film grossed $110 million worldwide but did not recoup its $160 million budget. Moviephone dubbed the film one of the most famous flops in history, and in 2007, listed it at 24 on its list of biggest box office turkeys of all time. Laurie Hoffman of the Atlantic City Weekly felt Cruz put her considerable skills on cruise control as Dr. Eva Rojas, and James Berardinelli of Real Views described Cruz's performance as a black hole, that she lacks screen presence. Also in 2005, Cruz appeared in Chromophobia, screened at the 2005 Cannes Film Festival and released the following year. Matthew Turner of View London said Cruz's character Gloria, the cancer-riddled prostitute, is actually more interesting than the main storyline, while Time Evans of Sky Movies wrote, the Cruz/Event storyline, featuring the only two remotely sympathetic characters, never really fuses with the main plot. Her final 2005 film was Don't Move, playing Italia. Eric Harrison of the Houston Chronicle noted that Cruz goes all out with her appearance, and Patrick Peters of Empire magazine commented that the film's director, who also appears in the film, was able to draw a sensitive performance from Cruz.
Cruz appeared alongside her good friend Salma Hayek in the 2006 Western comedy film, Bandidas. Randy Cordova of the Arizona Republic said the film sports Cruz and her co-star Salma Hayek as the lusty dream team, and that they were the marketing fantasy for the film. Also in 2006, Cruz received favorable reviews for her performance as Raymunda, a working-class woman forced to go to great lengths to protect her 14-year-old daughter Paula, in Pedro Almodovar's Voltaire. A.O. Scott of the New York Times remarked, with this role in S. Cruz inscribes her name near the top of any credible list of present-day flesh and blood screen goddesses, in no small part because she manages to be earthy, unpretentious, and a little vulgar without shedding an ounce of her natural glamour. Likewise, Karina Chocano of the Los Angeles Times wrote, Cruz, who has remarked that in Hollywood she's rarely allowed to be anything more than pretty, instills her with an awesome resoluteness and strength of character. She shared a Best Actress award at the 2006 Cannes Film Festival with 5 of her co-stars, as well as receiving a Goya Award and European Film Award, and was nominated for the Golden Globe, the Screen Actors Guild Award, the BAFTA Award, and the Academy Award for Best Actress in a Leading Role. She was the first Spaniard to ever be nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actress.
In 2007, Cruz appeared in the lead female role in Manolete, a biopic of bullfighter Manuel Laureano Rodriguez Sanchez, playing Antonita Lupcino. The film was critically panned, and Variety felt that Cruz has clearly been cast to play the kind of red-hot drama queen she's pulled off infinitely better in the films of Pedro Almodovar. After being shelved since 2007, Manolete released on demand via cable, satellite, telco and online on the 7th of June, 2011 under the title A Matador's Mistress. She also appeared in The Good Night, playing 2 characters, Anna and Melody. TV Guide film critic Maitland McDonough noted that in the film Cruz expertly mines the contrast between chic, compliant, white-clad Anna and funky, streetwise Melody, who treats Gary like the world-class drag he is.
In 2008, Cruz appeared in Isabel Coixet's film Elegy, which was based on the Philip Roth story The Dying Animal, as the lead female role, Consuelo Castillo. Ray Bennett of The Hollywood Reporter described Cruz's performance as being outstanding in an otherwise lame male fantasy. Later that year, she starred in Woody Allen's Vicky Cristina Barcelona as Maria Elena, a mentally unstable woman, which was praised. Writing for the San Francisco Chronicle, Mick LaSalle noted, but the revelation is Penélope Cruz, who has never been better in an American film. Suddenly, and for the first time, her stardom makes sense. As Maria Elena, Jose Antonio's gifted and neurotic ex-wife, Cruz is on fire, hysterically funny, abandoned, passionate, poignant, with a performance full of shading and wide in range. She's as fun and as powerful as Anna Magnani, and beautiful besides. Cruz just needed somebody to turn her loose. Likewise, Peter Bradshaw of The Guardian singled her out for praise, writing, Cruz, playing Maria Elena, the passionate and crazy ex-wife of a moody Picasso-ish artist, looks as if she has wandered in from a more hefty film entirely. Everything she does and says seems to mean more, count for more. This isn't to say that she gets bigger laughs, or perhaps any laughs, but she certainly walks off with the film. Cruz received a Goya Award and her first Academy Award and BAFTA Award for Best Supporting Actress. She also received a Golden Globe and SAG nomination. Cruz was the first Spanish actress to ever be awarded an Academy Award in that category and the 6th Hispanic person to ever receive the award.
Cruz's next film was the kid-friendly G-Force, voicing a guinea pig spy named Juarez. G-Force was a commercial success, making over $290 million worldwide. Also in 2009, she appeared in the film Broken Embraces as Lena. Stephanie Zacharik of Salon.com noted in her review for the film that Cruz doesn't coast on her beauty in Broken Embraces, and she has the kind of role that can be difficult to flesh out. Cruz received nominations from the Satellite Awards and European Film Awards for her performance in Broken Embraces. Cruz's final 2009 film was the film version of the musical Nine, playing the character Carla Albanese, the lead character's mistress. Variety reported that Cruz had originally auditioned for the role of the film within a film star, Claudia, which eventually went to Nicole Kidman. Cruz said that she trained for 3 months for the dance routine in the film. Claudia Pug of USA Today commented that while Cruz does a steamy song and dance, her acting is strangely caricatured. Cruz's performance as Carla was nominated for Best Supporting Actress from the Academy Awards, Golden Globes and SAG Awards.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.